觉得我们俩还挺有默契的。
Dajahang, hi guys, it's Janae and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm continuing with part 2 of my reactions to Under the Skin season 2. I'm very excited. This compilation will contain episode 11 to 19's reactions, but before we do get into it, I just want to say a quick thank you to all my amazing patrons and channel members. If you're interested in joining either of those for uncut and exclusive reactions to things like Under the Skin, links will all be in the description below, along with my social media, my PO box, and if you want to subscribe, that's always greatly appreciated. Lastly, I do want to mention that the third and final part of these reactions will be airing on next Friday, so I hope you'll join me then, and without further ado, let's get into today's video. This feels ominous, and we're like 2 seconds in, which is always great for my nerves. Oh, okay, we're back to the dream again. Sorry, random, but he has beautiful eyes. I think I've mentioned this before, but it still stands.
我想申请调取一下海苏网吧纵火案的全部案卷，需要你签个字。
You didn't write anything.
请调，但我们现在在调查的是董一弹案，不是纵火案。这个字我签不了。
Don't the two interlink though? Oh, did he just go over his head with that?
人性屠夫的探索呢，也非常具有开拓性质。如果要是再能把它总结出一套样本模型的话，也许对我们的刑侦工作也能开拓出一个新的破案思路。回头我给你申请一笔经费，专门用来研究这个课题，好吧？
太好了，谢谢张局。
Because originally I thought what he was doing was going to him being like, oh, you know, I need you to grant me permission because I want to study this, and like kind of giving her a different reason than he originally gave Du Chung to get her to say yes. But now it actually kind of seems like he legit is doing this for a non-suspicious reason. I don't know, like he's not doing it to undermine Du Chung, at least that's how it looks now, versus it did kind of look like he was undermining Du Chung before.
申毅啊，人家是有正当理由的，这是好事儿，我们应该支持一下。你怎么能？他在我这儿报这个课题的时候阐述了半个小时，以你的脾气，你能听他叨叨半个小时？
他能说多久，我能听多久。
Wait, what? 你能听他叨叨半个小时？
他能说多久，我能听多久。
行。我觉得你是对工作负责，不跟你计较。下次沈毅再找你帮忙的时候，你能不能不要这么小气？
我哪有小？
No, I think he was not being petty. I think he's concerned about Shinyi and just terrible at expressing it. You're about to get it earful.
你是怕我往案件里扎得太深，影响了客观判断，也影响了自己。那我跟你说了，你能理解吗？
Damn, give him some credit.
能试
Oh, you mean on the technical side of things?
着去理解。
对了，张局怎么夸你了？
Oh my word.
他说我大气，还说我什么来着？夸我半天，我不记得了，好多呢。
Oh, I love that friendship.
也跟出租车司机证实了，看到董一蛋送他上了车，出租车直接送他回家了。
一定有人在撒谎。宋敏捷明明就……
你是故意的，你在报复。
你把我也杀了吧。
都过去了。
Okay.
我想了很多，是我一直在惩罚自己。
Interesting. Because where we left off with the previous episode makes it feel like there is more to this than this being the case, like it just being straight up he did kill him and the girl is not at all involved. Maybe I'm clinging too tightly to that theory, but there is something strange about it for me, and especially considering where we left off with the previous episode. I'm like, why have that if there's nothing more to her involvement in the situation than what we've already seen? Interesting dynamic between them, because you kind of see the love that they had for each other before the child died shining through just a little bit.
希望下辈子老天爷能对我们好一点。
Okay, that sounds very
王浩仁
much
现在在哪
like he's planning to kill himself. Run. Faster. I don't know how you're gonna be able to talk him down from this. Okay, never mind.
我怕他。
Wow. Apparently you should have been.
无非是因为你们夫妻俩的死穴都掌握在我手里，
The goods?
还有那个。
Again, I should stop clinging to the idea that the girl had something to do with this. But could it be that he stabbed him and left him for dead, but he didn't actually die and she came and finished off? Because, again, the amount of stab wounds, the locations of the stab wounds, that screams a very specific kind of anger, and I don't know if that's the kind of anger that you would get in this situation.
啊，你知道吗？你老婆感觉还挺不错的。
Okay, maybe, never mind, maybe if he said that. Okay, never mind, I take back what I said.
我不能让别人知道他跟那个人渣的事情啊，所以我就
Would it really matter?
擦光了所有的指纹。
And that at least makes the taking of the computer files.
可是
那为什么还要那么多年一直折磨他？
我折磨他，那折磨我的人呢？
But that's a very strange rebuttal to be like, oh, you're asking me why I tortured my wife? Well, what about the people who tortured me? Like, you're saying because other people tortured you, it's okay for you to torture a loved one? The two don't equate. It would make sense if he was like, well, I tortured them because they tortured me. But that's not what you said. So it's believable, unfortunately. I think it's something that a lot of people are guilty of. But logically, it doesn't make sense.
这不公平，不公平。
And it's not like your wife wasn't
知道吗？
also tortured by the exact same situation.
因为我一直不放过他们。
Even though he didn't kill the same amount of people that the three teenagers did, it's tragic that his hatred and anger towards them has turned him into a murderer as well, and somehow he feels that that one is justified.
最好还是请示一下。
哦，好，
那我先走了。
好，谢谢。
I get that there's a reason for all the red tape, but
锁在哪？
I mean, to be fair, if you're trying to get out, I feel like those kinds of chains would potentially, with the amount of them and potentially the weight of them, So those almost look like bike chains, so they might not be that hefty, but you might not necessarily need a lock to impede people from getting out.
为什么把锁头缠绕在链子里面？
Interesting. I do wonder though, like, if he were to discover something new, would they be able to do a retrial? Because, I mean, in America, I think generally the rule is if you've been tried for one thing, you can't be tried again for the same thing. But I'm not sure if the same applies in China.
但我还不确定我发现的这个问题是不是真的有问题，所以要调查核实一下。
Come on, have a little bit of faith in him. I understand you're trying to protect him, but still. Instead of like
行，
trying to keep
你去
him
查。
from it, I think he just gave him permission. But like instead of trying to keep him from it, help him with it, so that you can at least be another set of eyes to make sure that everything is okay, instead of make him feel like he has to hide things from you.
好吧，发现了个问题，不能确定这个问题是不是有问题，玩文字游戏。
Guys, you can't be that fond of each other. I can't deal.
沈先生，您先稍坐一下，方老师马上过来。
谢谢。
Where are we? An interesting place. The location scouts for this season really went all out. Can't be drawing on glass. Oh no, is that on glass or is that directly on it?
你改变了一个生命。
Crap. I had hoped it wouldn't be him.
象征永恒的时间和彼此的连接。
This guy still
这就
creeps
是你
me
办公
out.
的地方。A16应该可以了，给你榨杯果汁。
算了算了，都编号了，压力太大了。
I wonder
这是水
what's
晶
going
蓝。
on in Shinya's head right now.
你说绑架？生物学上说这是一种共生关系。
他们欺骗证据，狡诈地偷取食物。
欺骗？
So the thing is, I think he's connecting dots with regards to the arson case, which fair, and I think it could tie back to the girl because she's the only one in the situation who really got out of things freely. But I can't help but feel like something in what he's telling Shinji right now has a double meaning of what he views his relationship with Shinji to be as well, which I'm concerned about, and maybe I'm just being too paranoid, but I don't trust this man at all.
想到了最近在接触的一个女孩，她给我的感觉很特别。我到底要不要抓住这种感觉，继续求证下去？
感觉
I mean, hold on, Shinji. Who was the one who had a hunch previously and didn't follow their hunch and is now having nightmares continuously about it? I feel like if you don't follow your hunch, you're gonna just be adding another nightmare to your list.
这种一探究竟的冲动，是你的本性，也是你的命运。
我的命，
I don't like how he understands Shinji
为什么
because
这
he
么
could
说？
so easily use it against him.
这就是基因，与其纠结，不如拥抱它。
You know how we had the previous guy on the mountain saying certain things and kind of like egging people on to seek their death? I feel like he's doing the same with Shinji right now.
我下次再来找你的 A16。
It's under the guise of helping him. The 15th? Is it the old captain's birthday or something? Is it his birthday?
沈毅呢？他出去了。这些是沈老师让我帮他拿的书。
有什么问题啊？这该判的不都判了吗？我都坐3年牢了。
你别害怕，
Oh.
我们不是要追究什么。当年你们逃避检查的时候，会这样锁门吗？
指挥那个脑子不好使的，给他打掩护。我那时候就看见，
How do you know that?
憨憨厚厚。
对不起，
嗯，
我错了。
She does not look 14, but okay.
他们说我偷的钱，还送我生。
The gall of her to actually accuse him of that in front of someone else who could attest that that's not what happened, but at the same time it's kind of like a he said she said, so unless you have cameras, how are you going to prove that the 2 adults in the room are telling the truth?
没想到，他竟然因为我们抓到他做坏事，故意报复，
Yeah, that's insane.
把我老公和那么多人都是烧死了。
It's very creepy. Damn it! And it's the end of the episode, of course. This show just keeps being so much fun. Like, it's so interesting. I love the cases because they're never quite what you expect them to be. And then just like the inner conflict that we see with all the characters and like even the policemen, there's so much going on with them. I really love that. And it was like it's nerve-wracking, but also I quite enjoy the fact that even though obviously Du Chung and Shin understand each other much better at this point, they're great partners, there's still these moments where they kind of butt heads. It's just kind of from a different angle of caring for each other, understanding each other, and that kind of causing the conflict because they're trying to be preventative of what they know the other person will do, rather than it coming from a point of genuine conflict. And I really like that because it still makes a lot of sense for each of their characters, and I think it adds so much to their dynamic. So yeah, great episode. I'm really intrigued to see how they're gonna potentially sort her out. If she wasn't actually put on trial for the crimes because she was deemed to be too young, maybe she could still face consequences for her actions now because she didn't go through it the first time. But I'm not 100% sure that that's what they meant when they spoke about her not going to jail. It might have been that she did go through the trial and she just wasn't sentenced. Just casually chilling at a murderer's abode.
现在该画画了。
对，画你喜欢的图案。
Oh, this is where he excels. He's about to lay bare your entire existence for you, I feel.
你一直被他们保护着，再次相聚，一定象征着一个完美的结局。
但他们的保护对我来说是一种压力。
Interesting.
但人坐了那么长时间的牢，变化很大的，他们再也不是当初那个样子了。
Okay, maybe they don't want to fall to your machinations as easily. I'm curious now if the actor is ambidextrous, because he held that brush with a lot more confidence than I ever could as a regular right-handed person.
说真的，我有点害怕。
Interesting. I don't necessarily believe her.
你的精神太紧张了。不过我有个方法可以让你缓解一下，要不要试试？
I'm nervous considering how easily she framed the internet cafe owner's husband for molesting her, what she could put onto Xinyi, considering they're alone.
可以是人、房子或者植物，当然不能像这些器物一样。
This feels like a clay version of that house plant person test. Considering her skills, that is kind of creepy that she decided to make it look like that.
你就想象它是你的所有的负面情绪，再用力。
Xinyi can be really intense when he wants to be.
大概是不是好多了？
好像真的有。
Oh, the tension that is building up where she's concerned is intense.
之前在忙什么呢？是不是有什么情况啊？张队。
He's brooding.
是想送给什么样的人呢？我这边可以给您推荐推荐。
没关系，我自己看看就行。
啊，好。
还是全手工雕刻，我喜欢这个。
Okay, and he's not planning on buying something for you.
行。
Oh, okay, maybe he is.
对待这种烂人，真的要有狠招。不狠，他不长记性。
Okay, don't look at her right now. Oh! It's really creepy. That's horrible! Who would be okay with someone thinking that they're the kind of person to murder a cat? Regardless of if you actually did it, just the idea of someone thinking you're capable of that.
我被困住了，我不知道该怎么办。
It's very interesting because I don't doubt that she actually maybe does feel some of the emotion that she puts out there, but every single time she thinks he's too close to understanding who she actually is, she starts getting emotional to distract from it.
我身边没有人知道我的过去，没有人可以说。
Like, no one tears up that quickly, I don't think. That feels... something feels off about it.
那你可不可以跟我一起去黄涛的店里？
可以，我也画完了。
Please tell me he knows that she's walking him into a trap. I wouldn't put it past her to try and frame Xinyi for whatever she wants to do to Hong Tao. Is that his name? Please tell me that's him.
咱们在这儿见。
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for not doing this alone.
所有人都在想，刚刚死去的莱拉小姐，是不是因为恢复记忆？
Oh my word! Not me being like, I can't place this man's face only to realize he plays one of the main characters in a show that I've recently been watching.
今天我组这个局就是让大家看清楚，一个把别人人生当游戏的凶手长什么样子。
Okay.
个出狱杀人犯，杀谁啊？几年前那个案子你们没听说过吗？在网吧放火，烧死了很多人。这不得判死刑吗？未成年不好判，所以做了检查出来了。
这个店真是什么人？
你们别拍他，拍我。
This is very interesting.
我的心和家属的心是一样痛的。
That is rich coming from you.
我没有睡过一个好觉。我每一天做梦都能梦到这
It
场
feels like a
意外
play on her part.
我都告诉我自己，做人要有颗
I
感
just
恩
can't figure out
的
if
心。
he is part of the act.
就是他们的节日。
你们来做什么？
沈老师是来帮我们的。
谁也帮不了我。
I'm very intrigued because I don't think Hong Tao was in on it. And it seems like she is trying to use the police to her advantage. I just wonder what Xinyi's counter plan is, because I don't, like, maybe I have too much faith in him, but I think he has one.
他有能力去利用别人，让自己从麻烦中脱身。
阮芳芳看起来柔柔弱弱的。
That's his point, though.
房子无门无窗，心理防御极强。
在掌握他确实的犯罪证据之前，我们不能判定他一定会实施犯罪。
我们的生存方式就是要在一起，谁也逃不掉。
Oh, that's kind of creepy. Oh, the audio. But it is concerning because she used his attachment to her advantage in the past, but now that it's become kind of like a burden, I think she's gonna try and get rid of him.
行了，
等一下。
Why is that so cute? Oh my goodness. That was so endearing. He was like building up the courage. Oh, that is so cute, my goodness. Oh.
程队，
被迫退学。
为什么？
老师们说，他经常在同学们之间搬弄是非，说别人欺负他，甚至抹黑自己的老师。他父亲好像是有精神类疾病，他母亲更是管不了。
Manipulative behavior. That's very intense.
之前阮芳芳提到过，要在今天开一个家属道歉会。
Didn't you say she would only do it next year?
小峰，郝自强和黄涛最近的动向，
为什么又要查他们俩？
希望是我想多了。
I'm glad that Xinyi confided in him about it because it allowed him to be alert to the things that were just revealed.
没想到莎乐美回答：“我要圣约翰的头颅。”
This is one of my least favorite stories of the Bible because it's so grim and it speaks to like such a horrible contradiction in human nature. The thing of, oh, I say I love you, and yet if you reject me, I'm willing to do something like that to you.
这个故事就被改编成了人们更乐于听闻的版本。希罗底的角色逐渐被淡化。
I think I actually remember that, at least in the version that I've heard, that the mother had something to do with it, but because it's one of my least favorite stories, I heard it the one time and I've avoided it ever since.
他发光暴露的身体，就仿佛一个受操纵的单纯灵魂。
Interesting. I kind of wonder if he didn't use the same psychological decision when he was painting the skull at the pottery, because it was very distinctly pink and red, kind of giving a Wicked theme. But like the naive side that she puts forth and the manipulative side that she actually hides.
就像很多反社会人格的罪犯一样，看似无辜的伪装。
I like how he
瓶子烧好了，一会儿可以过来拿。
brings the topics that he's currently fascinated about at work, like police station work, into his class in a very interesting way that tells you how he's connecting the pieces in his mind. Oh, that's very dark clay. Interesting.
我没想到做出来会是这样的。
新手都有这个过程，一次会比一次好的。
I mean, ironically, I think it turned out exactly the way she actually is. Molded by fire, but yeah, it is like, I am surprised because the only pottery that I've worked with tends to keep not that exact pale shade, it actually tends to go lighter, whereas obviously this one went much darker.
你的颜色
Oh, that's cool.
让我意想不到。
Camera? Oh.
地狱之门，你把它放在这儿，你在怀念那场火灾。
Are these supposed to be all the people that she killed in the fire?
是你锁的王八的门。
你是来调查我的，对不对？
Wow, her look changed so completely. Props to the actress, but it's super creepy.
沈老师，你去吗？ 我回头跟你说。
Yeah, it's probably gonna be melted by that point. Please don't injure your artist hands. That's literally your career.
您拨打的电话暂时无人接听，请稍后再拨。
沈一怎么不接电话呀？
Please go check on him. I'm not fully convinced that she would let him.
氢气，可能要出事儿。去联系受害人。
So like they burned the family members and now they're gonna freeze the mourners? Is that what I'm getting?
家属看他们有。
我现在调配警力，你马上部署，一定要赶在他们动手之前阻止他们。
好。
让大家注意安全。
And maybe check on Shinyi.
他们会不会去这儿？
去看看。
I mean, clearly they like poetics, so it wouldn't surprise me. How do all of you have your phones turned off?
这么多年了，
Where is Shinyi? What are they planning? She creeps me out so much. How are they planning to get out if you lock them in? I hope they brought wire cutters. I'm just me over here assuming that Shinji is gonna be fine because we're way too early in the season for him to have something happen to him. Oh, this sound, and this is so uncomfortable to watch.
整108个。
Did we count? Can we take her word for it? Because I don't trust her for anything.
我被网吧老板冤枉偷钱，逼我吃烟头，学狗爬。
Wow, she likes adding on to her stories that she already made up.
请你们随意宣泄。
Unlike you, they're decent people, so I don't think they're gonna do anything. Maybe I'm wrong. Never mind, I had too much faith. And it's the end. No, I have to watch the next episode. I can't just... why did they do this to me? And why is Shinji always in the freaking middle of it? Because it's good for tension, I know, but still. Again, another great episode. Totally stressed. I don't have a lot to say. I just need to get into the next one. But terrible and great at the same time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you then. Zaijian. I'm back after just making myself some tea because I cannot just leave the cliffhanger as is and go on with my life. So without further ado, let's get into today's video.
是他先被董一丹找到，才跟踪到的你，可他一直在对你说谎。
I don't like all these open flames that she has access to if her truth is exposed.
我们负责疏散群众，剩下交给你们。大家上一下，走开啊！走走。
Oh, you're gonna lose it when you find out that she is already in. You want to alert them to the fact that you're outside?
是真的吗？真的。
Don't just hold that so close to her that she could grab it.
你爱我，你让我刻个名字。我们说好了。
And did you? I'm curious, did you? But also the horror of finding out that not only did you aid someone in killing 19 people who were innocent, but you spent 7 years in jail for someone else's sake, and she who was the cause of all of it got off scot-free.
因为他跟你不一样，他也根本不爱你。
我怎么可能不爱你呢？
Don't let her get close to that freaking lighter.
我们要一起去，我们走吧。7年之后，我们就自由了。
What, in death?
你想想，再这样下去，他会想尽一切办法来打碎你的自主人格，吸食你的灵魂。
I don't know if he's in too deep.
用生命在威胁我，我做什么了？我只是想救你。
Damn. That's a horrible realization to come to. Like, you thought you were doing something good, and in the end you costed 19 people their lives.
我们的痛苦，生死，还有什么意义？
I'm honestly just surprised that she's willing to sacrifice herself as a point of revenge. Mr. Oh, I feel so guilty about everything is the frickin' worst offender in this case, ironically. Punch him in the face repeatedly, please. Because I can't believe the irony of him being like, oh, all of you have sinned. But me killing, this would add probably 10 more deaths to the amount of people that they've already killed. Killing 29 people. Totally not a sin. You should have seen this coming. How the hell are they gonna control the situation?
现在还来得及。
The amount of stress I'm feeling right now. Is it fun for you seeing how everyone felt that day you locked them in the original place? Yes, I'm sure every kind person hits people with a bat. Knock the wind out of him right now. Come on, Shinji, like there is... I'm sure your self-defense class has taught you some disarming techniques. Oh, yeesh. Whoa! Thank goodness for Ducheng. My heart. Freaking miracle worker that he is. she can be very glad for that man.
督长，为什么不第一时间跟队里联系？
Because his phone was nuked.
如果我没有及时赶到会怎么样？如果我当时没有接住那个打火机会怎么样？你想过没有？
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did, as his life flashed before his eyes.
对不起，我接受队里的一切处罚。
I don't like that. That sentiment is not a good sentiment to have, because it points to a very self-destructive, self-punishment kind of situation.
看来我的判断没有错，阮芳芳确实不会选择同归于尽。
没有错。
Yeah, that was very
从头到尾你都是对的。
surprising.
我确实不应该擅自行动。
警察不会仅仅依靠预判来阻止犯罪。
I hate how at odds they are at the moment. Because the thing is, I totally get why Du Cheng is furious. But what scares me is if Shinyi starts feeling isolated from the team, then someone might use that to their advantage, and obviously I am currently still suspecting the guy who cut up his painting to be the kind of person who would do that. But again, I do understand where Du Cheng is coming from with this.
给我们的预判提供了支持，审议的研究是很好的辅助手段，但是我认为破案必须依靠客观证据。
You know, you could use both, like, because you said it yourself. The two together is what really helped you know what to look out for. If he hadn't created that seed of doubt in your mind originally, would you have been so quick to act? Probably not. Du Cheng, your personal feelings are showing.
他对于嫌疑人的人格分析，不仅是在我们侦破的过程当中给到了辅助的作用。
In my heart, I can't help but feel like Du Cheng's frustration is not just with the technical side of things, but also with the fact that Shinyi put himself in the line of danger for this, and he doesn't want Shinyi to continue to do that. Which is ironic, because he himself is a police officer, and they often find themselves in the line of danger. But still, Shinyi could have gone about it better. I mean, with the amount of emotional awareness Shinyi has, there's no way he's not picking up on Du Cheng's discontent.
别是小三上未结的婚吧？可造孽了！
胡说八道什么呢？你们？来了。
Next case already? That's so quick. I'd rather not know what that is.
我当时是头脑发热才会做出这种事情的。
那可是谁家的孩子能拿个血淋淋的鸡头去挂在人家门上呢？
Oh.
就算当年你跟晶晶，当年你们两个人上学的时候，你的成绩不是一直很好吗？
I'm sorry, but I don't think it's an average Joe decision to just be like, oh yes, I'm envious of this person. Let me go put some chicken blood on her door, because that's not creepy as all hell. Sorry, that was just such a weirdly dad thing.
比起什么谅解书，我更在意的是，你不要生我的气了。
I'm struggling to buy it. And what scares me is we've now been introduced to this man's daughter, and I sincerely hope that nothing happens to her. That looks like a smile. She doesn't have a very sincere countenance.
谢谢你啊，姐姐。等你们结婚的时候，我一定给你们包最大的红包。谢谢，不用。
Why does that feel like a threat? Oh, I'm paranoid. Calm down.
期待祝你们百年好合。
Worried. No, that is not sincerity at all.
你帮我看着点审议。今天，恭喜啊！
He's like, I am currently angry at this man, but please just watch him for me. Make sure he stays safe. But I am nervous about the idea of Du Cheng being away while we deal with whatever the hell that is.
是不是被偷了呀？不可能，绝对不可能！你都想象不到这块表有多便宜。说不准。
Damn that honesty.
用你的神笔还原真相。
I mean, I guess theoretically, if he's good with describing it, it should be possible, but I feel like you need to have a very intricate knowledge of something to be able to recreate it accurately. And even though he is an excellent artist, I don't know if his range of knowledge extends to the typical details of the different kinds of watches.
既然表这么便宜，你就再买一块呗。
对呀，这表这么便宜，我再买。
We love him, but he's not always the brightest.
行了吗？谢谢陈老师。
麻烦精。我跟你说啊。
所以你现在是觉得这件事可能没完，你担心他这么做是有别的原因。
I'm glad if someone is seeing the problem at hand. She obviously values it a lot if she's... I mean, I say that, like, oh, she obviously values it a lot if she's wearing it so often, but then, like, I only have a few jewelry pieces that we keep rotating through, so can I really say that?
莉莉丝是月魔，会在夜晚的时候引诱孩童。
That's really creepy. An interesting idol to make a custom piece of jewelry for.
画中的这个女人，浓密的长发、神态还有动作，都带有强烈的
That's an amazing painting, damn.
因为莉莉丝是第一个叛逆男权、叛逆身为女人一切职责的恶魔或者神象征。
Okay, that at least would, I feel, make more sense in terms of, as you said, a modern context and why someone would create a piece of jewelry referencing her in this day and age.
哎，你们都没下班啊？聊奥利呢吧？哎，继续。
Turned into a class.
这些徽章里的，
我一直觉得呀，奥利这么一个年轻女孩，有点嫉妒心、偏激心理很正常。
Yeah, but I mean,
再说她也知道我的职业。
what she did wasn't exactly chill.
以我现阶段的了解，我确实没办法轻易下判断。
I appreciate that he's not as concrete just off the bat.
别忘了你是名女警察，要去应该是我去。
Okay, where is that leap in logic?
深夜，老严啊，李涵，看我的。
I'm concerned.
还有弹古筝的呢，
各种类型都有，主要是按市场需求。
对了，老板。 咱们直播公司
It's so interesting because I know that these setups exist, but obviously, from my point of reference, it's more often than not just people in their actual houses doing these kinds of things. So it's interesting to see a company set up around this.
奥利就整天播，想拉新涨粉，要不然怎么赚钱啊？
But wouldn't she like put off her? I mean. If they're actually her fans, she'll probably win over their sympathy with the coffin, but casual viewers might just get annoyed with it, which, as depressing as that is not, you know, wouldn't help her.
那个时候男朋友在国外读研，然后需要很多的钱，然后吗？
But is this a non-existent boyfriend that you're talking about?
我那个时候就是太傻了嘛。
你说的是什么时候的事？
没有的事儿，争强好胜，相互攀比。
哎呀，你们不要再刷了，你们这样搞得好像在故意煽情一样。但是后来有了你们在啊，我只相信你们。想养我？
This is so like
真的假的
insane because I don't think that this is necessarily inaccurate of how some people handle things. but it feels a little bit dystopian, I guess.
我也要这样吗？
Oh!
条件是不错。
Ma'am, hands to yourself.
刘总的眼光还是这么会挑人。坐。
坐吧。
Interesting.
要不是当年刘总捧我，我也不会有现在的粉丝量。以后你就跟着刘总好好看吧。
Did he only support you in the past, or are you guys together?
不管我拉新成功不成功，帮公司带带新人也是应该的嘛。要是没有你，
why does it feel like she's about to try and sink her claws into
公司那儿奥利的监听。
our police officer?
都听您的。
还得是你最懂事。
跟我还客气什么？
This is very uncomfortable to be third wheeling on.
没事没事，那个我也算是自己人了，你们随意忽略我。
His promise? Which is what?
不过今天的运动量够我们睡个好觉了啊。
你的手怎么了？
Oh, I thought we were focusing on the watch.
指甲的时候，
事情都过去这么久了，他还这么记仇。
这之前发生了什么事啊？
I really hope he's not cheating on her with
反正也挺狗血的吧。
Ollie.
我跟他。
奥利，你干嘛？
你想干嘛就干嘛。
Ma'am, would you please stop sexually assaulting him?
要不然误会就大了。
误会？你本来就是先跟我好了才跟燕晶晶在一起的。
Oh.
奥利，啊，你是故意把他叫过来，然后是想设计我，对吗？
那个女。
Interesting. I want to believe him, and considering how handsy she was with the police officer, I'm not necessarily thinking it's unlikely for her, but the entry on his hand is interesting.
你这么做，就是想让他给公司传闲话，让大家觉得。
And also wonder if she was telling the truth about whether or not they dated before.
这个奥利。
I don't know how they have that kind of coordination to be able to dance at all on a trampoline.
这怎么了？看着这么大的主播被折腾成这样，心疼啊？
没有没有。
I mean, I might not like her, but it is kind of insane that that is what's okay according to you.
我觉得他可能。
How long do these lives last?
所以
I mean,
你能看到的，也并不是他的同一面。
Yeah, not to say that she. I don't know why I'm being so generous with her, but I feel like when you experience something bad being done to you by someone, it's very easy to assume that everything that they ever did was done with bad intentions or was not actually the kind act that you perceived it as. And that's not always the case. Just because they wronged you in the one instance doesn't mean that they genuinely didn't care for you in the other instance. It just potentially means that the care that they feel for you is less than the negative emotions that they also carry. That looks so creepy. And that's the end of the episode. Damn, I wasn't expecting it to end there. Okay, so that's the end of another episode. I'm very happy with how the previous case resolved, but at the same time, the emotional gulf that keeps growing between Xinyi and Du Cheng, I'm very worried about. I appreciate that we can still see how both of them care about each other and about each other's opinions and safety, despite their disagreement at the moment. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with things separate from each other in this coming episode or episodes. And I just hope that once that period of separation is over, they can like come back together and kind of like, I don't want to say be stronger than ever because that sounds very coupley, but you know what I mean. Because I think the two of them and their understanding of each other and the way that they work together really is a very strong part of the team, and I think them being at odds with each other at the moment is gonna expose some weaknesses potentially. So we'll see.
你在关心我？你要是想同情我，你根本都干不了这行。
Okay, but just a quick question. How are you gonna spend all the money that you earned if you die? Just a thought.
你以为你是谁呀？你凭什么？
Well, I mean, I hope that kind of snapped me back to reality a little bit. Because I think he was kind of being pulled in, being very concerned for her, which is totally normal, and considering he's not used to seeing that horrible side of the industry, I can understand him feeling very affected by it. But also I think he was kind of lowering his guard as a police officer a little bit there, and hopefully the guards are back up. He's gonna probably be teased forever once he's back at the precinct.
被迫松弛下来的结果是带有侵略性的黑暗面，呼之欲出。
那他的这种攻击性应该对着不尊重他的人呢。
这也恰恰能代表他状态里的一些不确定性。
Yeah, it's interesting because I do agree that that is something that genuinely happens.
程队，你回来了。
我再不回来，警局要变直播间了。小凤，我不在警局。
He's doing it for the job, okay? He's not just doing it for fun. But also, I actually wasn't expecting him to be back in this episode.
奥利这个人呢，我也觉得挺有意思的，想研究一下。
No, goodness. Aww. Oh.
谢谢程队。
He's like, I want to be happy to see you, but also I'm still mad at you. Guys, the softness, I can't take it.
你没有直播间里看上去那么有气场。
Okay, I was like, is it her? Because she looks so different from
是很有感觉。
while she was streaming. Where is Shinji? Like, is he about to find himself in trouble again?
你发我吧。
What? I wasn't expecting that. So what, does she, like, part-time as a dominatrix as well? What's going on? Shinji, I'm worried that you're walking into something where you're gonna be in over your head again.
晶晶的老人告诉我，你上大学的时候很受欢迎。
Wow. I'm actually quite surprised. Generally, Shinji kind of, I don't want to say plays games, but he's not as transparent about things as you'd kind of expect with his personality type. Generally, he'll kind of play it vague to be able to keep his options open in terms of how he's planning to approach things. So coming right out and being like, I'm connected to the friend who you harassed, I wasn't expecting that of him. And also, like, her being like, oh, you can just look openly, no need to, you know, hide it. He wasn't really hiding it though.
原来你也是警察。还有这么
Don't touch him.
是他们自己犯贱，非要来恶心我。
Ma'am, you're the one who, like, smeared their door with chicken blood. Please don't talk about who's disgusting here, because you are not on a morally high ground.
那我也只好恶心恶心他们喽。
If you didn't care, you wouldn't have expended the energy. I'm frustrated because I get the feeling Sunyi is about to help her out, and I'm not sure if I want him to go anywhere near her, considering how she tends to treat people. Ma'am, you're barely healthy at the moment. Damn it. Like, Sunyi would not be Sunyi if he were able to look past her plight right now, but I'm still feeling very apprehensive.
那你会走到这一步吗？
I mean, to be fair, I think that's actually a fair concern to have. Being like, I'm a public figure. If I just go around being escorted somewhere in a police vehicle, the internet might misconstrue that. But in this case, I think it has more to do with ego than with potential bad publicity.
成为你想要成为的样子，现在也来得及。
来不及。
Yeah, you're still
来不及了。
quite young.
我已经烂透了，每一次的选择都是错误的。
So you're just gonna keep making mistakes?
我嫁给了爱情。
Okay, so there was a lot that
奥
went
利，
on in
你
her
先
life.
冷静点，现在雨太大了。
你别靠近我。
Maybe don't go running into the road, please.
每一次选择，如果杀人不犯法的话，你就没想过。
What a horrible question.
先上车。
The chunk does not look impressed. He passes out so quickly when he's in a car. It's hilarious. She unsettles me so much. Did you tell Du Cheng about what she asked before you guys left the car, or?
那要这么看，应该就没什么事儿了啊。吃点披萨啊。
Fine is a very subjective thing. She did not seem fine.
也遭遇了不少其他的坎坷，怎么就揪着晶晶跟罗一帆的事不放了呢？
Yeah, that's what's bothering me, because all the things that she mentioned, being an issue, you can't at this moment directly tie back to them. So what involvement did they have that makes her feel that they're more responsible for where she is now than they potentially actually are? Or is it merely the fact that, oh, if she had not married that man that she talked about, then none of the things that happened after that would have happened. So if she had married the guy that Jing Jing is now with, her life would have stayed perfectly fine. I wonder which one it is.
毁掉痛恨的人，包括他自己。
如果杀人不犯法的话，
We're gonna end up with another bomb threat situation where she tries to get rid of herself and them at the same time.
我联系一下派出所，协调物业配合。
Okay, well at least he's not going alone. He's learning a little bit.
是完全属于他自己的世界，他最真实的一面，一定就锁在这儿。
That's a
喜欢这些娃娃呀？
grim thought. And she feels like she has to keep this and her house separate. That's very telling.
坐起来的时候眼睛会睁开，躺下的时候就会闭上。
So why are these
但
closed?
是奥利
诡异的。
你刚才还说人家纯真，现在又诡异了。
纯真。
Fair point. What are we thinking, Sunyi?
莉莉丝，
She
这是
wants
他
to
的
get
杀
rid
意
of.。
晶晶在哪儿？
他没跟我说呀。
Well, call her and find out. Call her. You guys have phones.
晶晶，你好好看啊！
Wait, so they take wedding
我
portraits
想尽快搞清楚奥利的具体情
separate from the actual wedding? Interesting.
计划。
It's interesting because there was a moment where Xinyi was talking about, oh, she's pretending to be a demon, where I was like, huh? That's a very specific thing to extrapolate, but then on the other hand, if she's built up this persona for herself, she's done the research enough to get a piece of jewelry custom made, and considering her current emotional state, I don't think that's as much of a reach as it felt in that moment. Are you watching them? Oh, that's creepy. Are we sure she's not just gonna be attacking random people and that she's actually gonna be targeting Jingjing? Because at the start I thought definitely she's gonna be targeting Jingjing, but now I'm not so sure anymore. How would she orchestrate that?
我觉得挺好看的。
看我干嘛？看女主角啊。
Did we really just leave Xinyi alone at her at the woman's special place? What if she comes back? I don't think she is gonna, but I mean, I get that, but also her safety comes first, right? Oh, this is so weirdly stressful, my goodness.
他要制造一场事故。
This is so creepy. And how would you prove that? So the only real hope is of stopping it, because I don't think you could really prove that in a court of law.
他的陈设。
Okay, well then, sorry, I just need a moment to like not stress. Okay. It's scary how clever she actually is to be able to orchestrate something like this, but then, you know, she got straight A's, so it's not like she was incompetent. So she wanted to stand and witness as the accidents occurred. She was supposed to close her eyes and just do it, and she couldn't. Like, I think she was planning to step in front of the car. This is really grim, but the actress is doing a really good job. What a grim final image. Is it a final image? Oh, okay, no.
就会撞上脚手架。
一旦，如果
Yeah, how do you prove that?
心里有鬼的人，才会把惊喜看成惊吓。
Well, I mean, there's a reason why she can do what she does. She's clearly very good with her words and putting on an act.
那谁能想到，
他能下这么狠的心，能干这种事儿呢？
Yeah, I mean, this man almost lost his daughter.
把5年前的事儿当面对质一下。
I'm curious. Oh, damn, and that's the end of the episode. Of course it is, because they love their cliffhangers. Okay, that was fascinating. I wonder if what she is hoping for is that once they clear the air and she can stop pretending to be something that she's not, she can actually potentially start healing a little bit. Because right now it's very easy for her to shift the blame onto them, and I think whatever the discussion is that she's about to have with him, I don't think it's going to be like a perfect solution or anything like that, but I think maybe that will bring some clarity into how she's feeling. And I am very curious to find out exactly what happened, because there's been a lot of vagueness surrounding it.
再怎么样，那你和晶晶是曾经的好朋友，你怎么能真的下狠心想要我们的命啊？
既然你知道我和晶晶当年真
有用吗？
坐下，好好说话。
Wow, okay, that kind of like commanding air from Shinji was quite unexpected.
是严晶晶她主动约的我。
我亲眼看见的。
So I hope what we get out of this is Jingjing breaking up with this man and finding herself a better one.
你玩我是吧？
哎，我没有，是你想的这样的。
The thing is, I'm intrigued to find out the extent to which he manipulated her, because it very much does seem like that is the case. But she's not innocent in all this.
就算我以后谈了恋爱，我还是会和以前一样，每周和你约一次。
What the hell kind of... Oh, you know, even if I get into a relationship, you can have the privilege of being my side woman. Oh, thank you so much. Does he really think he's that much of a catch?
老丽，你有什么不痛快，可以直接找我说，用不着那样的。
That tone of manipulation is just so specific.
你俩结不成婚，
要不是你想不开，咱们俩完全没有必要断的。
Oh yes, it's totally your fault that I'm cheating on you.
我真的很心疼。酒店就在旁边。
Unfortunately, you can't arrest someone for being a scumbag.
啊，你刚才说了这么多，你有什么证据证明那个账号是我的
Those are all the wrong things to say. Because I think the average innocent person would be like, can you please stop lying? Why? What is going on? And not, oh, do you have evidence? Oh, do you think people are going to believe you? Sir.
我现在要告他诽谤。
证据，我们有。
Oh, you don't think the police can track the account?
这个账是你表姐的。
哦。
但是，那也证明不了什么呀。我表姐的电话号码我也不知道。
I'm so glad she was listening to all of this. But also, just because she helped you see what the scumbag really was like doesn't mean that it's okay that she almost murdered you.
我对你说的每一个字都是认真的。他们这些人全部都在帮着奥利，你千万不要相信他们说的话。
Wow, yes, everyone is always in the wrong except you.
都是开房的时候当面说的。
你不要再看我。
So basically impossible to collect evidence.
我对你没。
静静，他是个渣男，你跟他分手吧。
奥利，我什么时候和你在一起过呀
Okay, okay, I'll give her that. I'm glad that she like
开
tried
房记
to
录、
tell her.
聊天记录拿出来，拿出来呀！
It should have happened long ago, but I'm glad she at least did that.
我当时是昏了头，被他诱惑过，但是我发誓，我早就和他没有任何关系了。
Oh, so now suddenly, like, you did at 1.44 seduction, but not anymore?
我是对你。
Yeah, he saw that actually affected her.
你觉得我还会一次一次的原谅你，然后你再一次一次的骗我吗？
Yeah, get yourself a better man and a better friend as well.
我这些年到底在干什么？
晶晶，
Oh, please
听我
stay
说好
away.
不好？你会后悔的。
Wow. You know, some people just have all the audacity.
那触景生情多难受啊！就想着来看看你。
你知道吗？我查了我俩共同的电脑账号。
Ex-fiance doesn't try and pull something.
其实我还想了想，我是不是应该谢谢奥利亚？
谢他？
I mean, she still tries to murder you, though.
但是我真的没有想到，他其实也承受了这么多。
You're very compassionate. That's kind of you.
今天你还挺不一样的。
约我干嘛？
Okay, hold on. Sorry. She can just walk free because they probably can't prove the elaborate scheme that she cooked up.
我就是过不去，我非得把这口恶气撒出来，心里才舒坦。
Yeah. Too bad that your method of venting almost caused someone to die.
也觉得自己很糟糕，渐渐的，我就变成了一只敏感的蜗牛。不敢先接纳自己，这个世界才会变成你喜欢的样子。
Damn, she's spitting facts over there.
她还是要嫁给刘一帆。
周日婚礼，来不来自己定。
Are you kidding me? What? I hope that she's just trying to get her there to talk to her. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, I'm judging Jingjing for this. This is terrible life decisions. I hope that it's like, not a cop out, but like, oh, I paid for the venue, I might as well use it to make amends with someone. You don't think it's weird that there's no one else there?
熟悉吗？我们大学写的歌词。
咱们还说好了。
你怎么还这么天真啊？
我就是这么天真。
Is she about to be like, let's cut this cake and sing that song?
你还是你自己吗？
我乐意。你还说我呢？
Are you sure?
你是为了罗一帆改变了你自己。
And I'm just realizing the fact that she wore red, which is, I've heard, can reference someone being like on the wedding, oh, I've slept with the groom as well. And unfortunately in this case, it very much does mean that.
你杀不掉的死女人。
This was unexpected. This is very messy, but I mean, I'm glad it worked out for the best, I guess. Ah! I mean, you kind of knew it, but this kind of feels like there's a second marriage going on, but beautiful wedding venue, by the way. Oh, that's so cute. Very weird, but very cute. Okay.
听说奥利和晶晶和解了。
What? So I thought I'd follow their lead.
婚礼拍片的时候，车速就很稳定，
遇到转弯还会减速，奥利忽略了最重要的因素。
Behavior.
奥利虽然有攻击性和危险性，但不一定会犯罪。
I mean, that is weirdly true.
我明白了，捕风捉影小能手。
He's so awkward when it comes to expressing his emotions. Guys. They've become so close. It's really nice to see.
罗一帆刚调到总公司就被开除了。
真的假的
？Want them
不是你
gossiping.
干的吧？人要是不幼稚，不就不可爱了吗？
That was good to see. I'm glad she's doing okay.
队长，
你说我们要不要帮帮他？
他做好事儿。
Interesting. But also, I'm glad that they're mentioning Captain Lei again, because we haven't really heard reference to him in quite a while.
你看他收了这么多女孩，怎么会有钱整容啊？我去跟张局汇报一下，让他发动打架。
何法医，你觉得呢？
It might be another
张局
case of AI
张局，
rather than plastic surgery.
咱们能不能在局里搞一个爱心募捐，帮帮他？
可以啊，捐吧。
That
募
could be
捐
another form of scamming
的话
people, but
那您是？
看有什么具体要帮忙的，也都伸把手。毕竟那是雷队负责过的案子。
yes, and let's go find out what the hell's going on with Shinyi's hunch there.
这次你们的捐款刚好解了我的燃眉之急。
我们就是举手之劳。
楼上是我日常办公的地方，还有宿
I
舍
hope。he's not scamming people. That would be really sad. Oh,
程队，你这照片好有朝气啊！
so
这张照片
I
是雷
think
队系。
if there is something different about her face, that should very easily clear it up. Or like, at least he now has a point of reference for what she looked like before versus now. Oh no, Duton might get a little bit angry if
下班不回家，
he's doing what I think
还
he's
研究
doing.
什么呢？就是心太重，什么事儿都要研究，早晚把自己逼死。
Oh, please don't say
明
that.
学我们认识那
We
么久
don't want a
了，
sad
不会有问题
ending.
的。
女士您好，1018，
谢谢啊，这边走哈。
对，
不好意思，让您久等了。叫叔叔啊。
叔叔好。
The way he's looking at her doesn't feel like someone looking at an uncle. Sorry, looking at a.
坐呀。
哈。
来来来，嗨，又不是第一次见了，别老那么扭扭捏捏的。你看叔叔对你多好，还给你买了那么多礼物呢。
She looks way too old to. I mean, not that you can't like stuffed toys as a teenager or a young adult. I mean, do I have any room to speak? But all of this just feels off. What the hell did I just watch?
说有人从楼上摔了下来。警察同志，他为什么要跳楼呀？
I don't think he did. I mean, it's totally possible that he fell by accident. That could genuinely be the case, but somehow I feel like they orchestrated it so it would look like he fell on his own, but actually they'd already killed him.
这自我保护意识怎么还不如小时候呢？
小时候
啊。
Yeah,
那
tell
都
us
是
what
很多年以前
how
的事
she
儿了，你
behaved
们还没
then.
来队里边呢。留下内衣当证据，给报了案了。当时这个案子是雷队办的，就直接把这个张斌和闵胜梅呢给送进监狱了。
Yeah, like the thing is, on the one hand, I kind of want to give her leniency and be like, maybe she just didn't think that far ahead. But I feel like at the same time, if you have that kind of trauma, it feels more likely that you would always err on the side of caution when going into an unknown situation like that you know might have some risks involved. I'm very unsure about where this case could be heading, because in the first season they did have a case where there was basically identity theft via plastic surgery, and also that thing of, okay, so the person doesn't look the age they should be looking, and the plastic surgery kind of explained it because they had transformed their face to look like someone else's. So I don't know if they're gonna go that route again, because they already kind of had that be a story. But the thing is, nothing else really makes sense unless she lied about her age in order to get him to have a more severe sentence. But I feel like that would be very hard to do, considering like she was put on file in the orphanage presumably, so how would you lie about that unless the orphanage made a mistake and recorded her age wrong? Yeah, I'm very curious to see how this plays out.
他去找明雪干嘛？
不知道，监控里只能看到他是拎着礼品去的。
I thought the mother was in jail with the stepfather, or whatever you would call them in that dynamic.
一家民营企业的老总曾因为猥亵未成年少女被起诉过。
A part of me is terrified that Mingxuan is using her charity setup as a pumping house for her mother, like for her mother to get new people in to abuse. And I really hope that's not the case.
来了，来了。
给谁打工？
明雪。
And unfortunately, I don't think she's lying.
但是后来还是因为我心软，信任他。果不其然吧。
Yeah.
他只不过是为了利用这些女孩挣钱罢了，所以才找到我呀。
That's a horrible thing, if that's the case, and unfortunately, I do think that she's not lying. But the police are fair in asking, what proof do you have? Because you're implicating someone else. So that's a big accusation to make without proof.
你是愿意原谅我了是吗？我就知道你心里还是有妈妈的。
I don't think if you care about someone, you're gonna call them useless to their face. But okay.
你说他明明自己就受过这样的苦，为什么还会成为帮凶呢？
Oh, people do it all the time. The cycle of abuse.
本来自己被骗，结果加入了骗子团队，再去骗别人。要回本吗？
Yeah, but it's not an easy thing to accept.
程队，要不然把明雪叫过来，听听她怎么说。
Maybe do a little bit more investigating on your own first before giving her the heads up that you suspect her.
正发育呢，需要的。
这东西里不会下药了吧？
怎么会呢？我可是咱俩母女这么多年，这叫资源共享。你想啊
I don't remember seeing that in that interaction, but okay. In the video evidence, I mean.
除此之外，我们真的没有见过面，也没有联系过。
Okay, let's say that that is what actually happened. Why wouldn't you report that to the police? You would think, considering how proactive she was at such a young age, if she truly is as well-intentioned as she is trying to portray, and she's so close to Du Cheng, you know, she has someone in the police that she could potentially contact. Is it outlandish for me to think that she should have let someone know that her supposed mother, who has just been released, basically imply that she hasn't stopped doing what she did to her?
救助站运转得很困难，好不容易有点送上门的物资，不要白不要。
Please tell me she is sitting in the observation room.
宁胜梅怎么会认为你跟他是同行？还第一次见面就邀请你合作。
Fair question.
杜哥，你怀疑我？
And this is why you do a little bit more research before you call her in for questioning. I feel bad for not believing her, but
让李涵去查一下明雪和闵胜梅线上的资金往来。我们去查线下，他们是否有藏匿不明来源的
But
资
you
金。
should have done that before, because now she has a chance to maybe try and get rid of evidence.
对，会相信我的。
If you turn out to actually be guilty, how dare you? How dare you make him feel bad about what he has to do by using the captain against him? What is it going to be in like a pot plant? Is she literally laundering money? I know that's like, I'm sorry, that was a terrible joke. So much for not having money.
他为什么要陷害你？
他当年就是改年龄骗了我，这事儿一定是他干的。
I feel bad for Du Chong because it's very much a he said she said situation right now.
日子过得挺紧巴的。
那疑点都解释清楚了，魏信忠的案子被结了。
I'm wondering if they're gonna do like a role reversal on us where you kind of like think, no, it has to be Min Shin because a lot of things is not ending up, and then it ends up not being her. That would be very interesting and potential commentary on like people's biases, but at the same time.
程队，他指控民雪组织卖淫，还继续查吗？
查。
他指控民雪组织卖淫，还。
是真的。
I forgot about this.
死在哪儿？
It feels like there's so many different emotions wrapped up in this for Du Chong with regards to Min Xie, because on the one hand it's like, am I doing something wrong by suspecting someone that you helped? And also like this idea of, but he helped me, so did he fail to help this other girl? Or am I in the wrong? Like, oh, there's just a lot.
饮料很好喝。
What are you hiding from him?
如果闵胜梅说的是真的，那就意味着
雷队办错案。
I mean, he worked with the information that he had, to be fair. But what I'm more concerned about is the potential. Do I feel like the mom would have clarified it already had that been the case, that Min Xie was a willing participant and framed a man for rape? I hope that is not the case, because then that man has been sentenced for how many years? For something he didn't even do.
明雪为什么要撒谎
I mean, why do people murder people? It's so many complicated things.
也知道雷队在你心里的位置。
I mean, he of all people.
但我们不能因为个人的感情。
你能不能再回忆一下闵胜梅在翻供之前的审讯细节？
哎呦，我想想啊。
Wouldn't there be a recording of it?
这些你都知道啊？对。哎。
If we want to believe Minxue is innocent in all this, is it possible that her mother took her to have cosmetic surgery done in order to make her appear more mature? Because the thing is, a lot of what they are describing as, oh, she was so much more mature than her age, suggested could have been as a result of being sexually abused when she was much younger, or parentification. Like, either of those things could be the case. I don't know if they've addressed what her life was like before she moved into this woman's house.
这案子可是当年雷队结的啊。
The thing is, him making that kind of mistake, even though, like, yes, it is his mistake, but at the same time, people make mistakes and it's kind of sometimes not really their fault. I don't know if I'm making sense, but him making this kind of a mistake, as tragic as it would be, you can't necessarily fault people for that always. I don't know how to explain it.
负责重查当年明雪性侵案。咱们
I
分局。
think what I'm trying to say is it wasn't maliciously done, so I feel like it shouldn't be treated the same way that it would be if it was maliciously done.
他的户籍信息是属实的，所以也是在我的建议下就结案的。
Okay, so
这次的
she's
调查
aware of this?
也是。
我明白。
Isn't there a way to find out what the household registration said and see
有见面啊。
where the confusion might have come up?
所以派我到北江分局，负责整个案件的复查工作。我希望各位可以配合我。
Okay, yeah, I think it's the guy that was investigating Du Cheng at the end of season 1, right? I am really impressed by how many of the actors that were present in the first season are here again for the second season, because it's not often that I see that. I come from the experience of watching Lost Tomb and just hoping that at least one of the actors is the same for one of the characters.
这个是张斌性侵案当年法医给明雪拍的照片，这张是明雪现在的照片。我根据这两张照片，人的头骨和五官比例一般到了18岁就基本上定型了，之后不会有太大的变化。可我把明雪这两个年龄段的发育状态拿来对比，我发现他们竟然完全的重合。如果是未成年，他的头骨会有明显的发育变化，不可能像现在这样能够完全重合。难怪网络上说，明雪被性侵时才是明雪现在应该有的容貌。所以我推断，现在的明雪应该是接受了医疗美容，用来维持她对外宣称。
I mean, that says she lied about her age and she kind of conned the police into convicting her rapist for some, like, in a different way than he should have been convicted. But it doesn't necessarily say that she is the one orchestrating everything with regards to the prostitution. So I think two things can be true at the same time. I just don't know what to believe right now. I'm very much in Du Cheng's shoes at the moment.
如果查到最后雷队当年真的办错案，你打算怎么办？
我过来之前，市局特意叮嘱，给人民群众一个满意的答复。你还有别的问题吗？
So what? He will be shamed post-mortem? That doesn't feel quite right. But I guess like as long as it depends on the type of mistake he made, I don't feel like each mistake can be treated equally.
所以你现在对复查工作有没有意见？能不能够配合？
Please say yes, or are you going to remove yourself from the case?
和雷一斐同志都是同事关系，需要避嫌，所以这次调查由沈一来配合我。这件事我已经跟张局打过招呼了，
I swear.
他也同意我的做法。那工作笔记现在在哪儿？
应该在他家。
Wouldn't it be important to keep that kind of information at the station, so that it doesn't accidentally get thrown out by his family or something? But also, like, I'm so torn because I hate how it feels almost like they're at odds at the moment, Do Chung and Shin Yi. But at the same time, I feel like Shin Yi is trying to help Do Chung to do the thing that he knows Do Chung is emotionally struggling to do right now. Like, he's trying to help Do Chung stay objective.
一般福利院领养这么大的孩子，也都会比较谨慎，不太会出错。我也就没有再坚持了。
I wonder if it's also a thing of her potentially faking her age early on in hopes of getting adopted, because I feel like there's a bit of a stigma against older kids being adopted. So if you can pretend to be younger, then that might heighten your chances of actually getting adopted, as sad as that is.
就是这个旧案呢，现在有一些疑点，另外跟现在一个案子有关。
是这样。
我们现在手头上
工作笔记，我印象当中他没有留下过什么工作笔记。
Oh, I can't believe I just recognized her.
实在对不起，早餐，工作需要，您见谅。我们告辞了。
I don't think she is being fooled by you guys. I think she knows what's going on.
你的父亲是个值得尊重的好警察。
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't. You can be amazing in one thing in your life, and that doesn't change the fact that you might have messed up in another aspect.
还有系统落后可能造成的信息不对称，或许我们会有意外的发现。
See, but this is my issue, is like, they're treating the fact that he made a mistake as if he was negligent, when at the same time he just acknowledged that technology was different at that point. There might have been an error that he had no part in. Are you telling me he would still lose his quote-unquote badges for?
杜成，你帮我找一找，雷队有描述过林雪会做什么手工吗？
Damn, you're really not trusting him at all. Oh, the awkwardness. I love how he immediately defaulted to Do Chung though.
我陪你去。
Oh. This is painful.
这是手工课。
他的作品真的卖了不少钱的，我们都挺喜欢他的。只要有人来领养，我们也都推荐他。
Why is this?
但是，一般很少有人愿意领养这么大。
I so badly want the pieces to fit together. Damn, like every single time they just leave us on a cliffhanger and I am dying. I was supposed to film one episode of this today. And now I just want to film another one, which would make it three filmed. We'll see. Anyway, it's interesting seeing Do Chung be so conflicted about this, because we've seen a lot of Shin Yi's internal struggles so far this season, but now we are actually focusing on Do Chung a bit and kind of like seeing how he deals with not a similar stress to what Shin Yi has, but like I think in terms of the emotional weight of it, similar, you know. It's interesting to see the tension between them right now, because it's kind of like they want to help each other, but they're not able to, and they're not quite on the same wavelength right now, but they're trying to understand each other. It's very interesting. I feel like what I really appreciate about this is that their relationship with each other is still developing. It's not like they obviously have a much stronger and more solid partnership than they had in season 1, but it's not like it's a one-note relationship. There's still a lot of moving parts, learning about each other, trying to accommodate each other. But yeah, I just think the interpersonal side of the show is what makes it such a strong show, because obviously the cases are very interesting and, in my opinion, quite unique to what I have seen in some other shows. But then the fact that the interpersonal side of it is so strong just makes it such a good show. So I hope you guys are enjoying it still. Let me know what you thought, and otherwise I'll see you in the next one. 再见。
从这一点上看，雷队的做法没有问题。
如果什么都没有问题，我就不会在这儿。
Sir, just as he could have made a mistake, you guys could have also made a mistake in how you judged the situation.
在这之前就已经掌握了这门技能。那图源市福利院就很有可能不是他唯一待过的一个福利院。
有手工课的福利院很多。我觉得我们俩还挺有默契的。
那
真不跟我去试学
？Sir, he's already said no before.
我了。
Awkwardness.
跟开玩笑的。
Yeah, but he didn't quite take it as a joke. Also, the fact that he is not falling asleep in this man's car, I am noting. You guys do not have the level of chemistry that you think you have. I wonder if it's possible that her previous mother, like her biological mother, worked at the orphanage, and she was there on days to keep her, like, so she wouldn't need to stay home alone. Why was that a thought that came into my mind? Because that is like the least likely, I feel. That's really impressive. It's beautiful.
让您久等了。听小蔡老师。
对。
Unless she changed her identity, assumed someone else.
这个人你有印象吗？
这么多年都没舍得处理，一直放在这里给后面的孩子们当手工模板呢。
I mean, that is really impressive.
但张婷再也没有回来过。
这个人你有印象吗？
没有，没什么印象。
So he didn't know to check you. The thing is, it's only because Shinyi noted this that you guys were able to research this further. Maybe I'm justifying too much for Detective Lei. Are you guys allowed to be doing this part of the investigation? Because the guy seemed quite intent on you not being involved. Maybe it was involved with Shinyi's direct investigation.
其实我什么都没做，就是帮他演演戏而已。
Okay, that's interesting. So kind of like almost playing vigilante, I want to say. Though it's not, I don't know if blackmail is really the heroic thing to do, but the premise of, oh, you were okay with having sex with this person under the assumption that they're a minor, hence, even though they're not technically a minor, the intent was there. That I feel can work in certain legal situations, and it could potentially keep actual minors safe from these people, but at the same time it doesn't quite sound like she was doing it for the right, that she was necessarily motivated to do it for the right reasons. You can see he's just mentally prepared for bad news.
但是现在看来，可能是由于当时户籍制度不够完善，被他钻了空子。
Which means it's not really.
假扮成未成年少女，敲诈那些不怀好意的卷主人。
那接下来准备怎么办？
Yeah, that is the question. I like how they kind of just didn't try and make him feel better, but at the same time he laid out the facts of why the chief missed it the way he did, and kind of saying you shouldn't blame him.
我这是犯了什么事儿吗？
Where do we even begin?
她是个命运多舛的女儿，被暴虐的父亲性侵，
Oh
她不
damn.
堪忍受。但其实她弑父的时候，她已经21岁了。明雪
聪明、手巧、懂事，爱照顾小妹妹。
当年为什么要隐瞒？
Need for survival.
为什么不告诉雷顿你的真实年龄？
比起他对我做的那些，他付出的代价太轻了。
Okay, so unfortunately,
你胜美
in its own way, because I think I mentioned in the previous episode that I was worried that she had framed him for rape when it was consensual, but it seems like it decidedly was still not consensual, regardless of all the new information that's come out. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna pretend to not feel that he kind of deserves whatever he got, but I understand Du Cheng's frustration. And this man's confidence to do it when his wife is just in the other room, like. Where the hell was the mom in all this? Because, that is not even any kind of hidden. How does that woman sleep at night?
你这孩子怎么说话呢？爸爸怎么会欺负你呢？
Wait, you,
快去喊爸爸。
Did you leave your ears at work? How? No, she definitely knew. There's no way.
坐着干什么呀？赶紧吃饭。
Oh, I wish you would choke on that.
说我爸，你说什么呢？这孩子不能走，大半夜的你去哪儿啊？
And the sad thing is now she's kind of like in a trap of her own creation because she's technically an adult. She should be able to just leave. But because, according to them, she's a minor, she can't leave.
要报警。哎呀，我的宝贝女儿啊！你警察叔叔会相信谁说的话呢？
Well, sir, you just made your bed, so I hope you're gonna enjoy lying in it. just skip this, please. I don't want to see this.
一会儿啊，进去好好给爸爸道个歉啊！我们都是苦命人，爸爸给我们提供
Oh
这么
yeah,
好
I'm
的
sure
条
it's
件，
so hard for you to just
我们要感恩，
allow your husband to abuse
不应
women.
该听话，乖。
I don't think she was in jail long enough, clearly.
你放心，爸爸不会离开你的。
Oh, I wish you would.
做个局，敲诈他们。
So,
这样一来，
when are you gonna start investigating the people who
也
were
惩罚到那
okay
些人。
with sleeping with minors, even though they
我也
weren't
有
minors,
钱
they
去办救
still
赎查。
wanted to.
你希望我们怎么称呼？
张婷，
Yeah. At least that name isn't tainted.
现在我终于有机会。
It's really depressing. Because she definitely did some things wrong, but then so did everyone else in this situation.
符合规范，并无过错。这段时间能够发现问题、认同问题，并且一起解决问题，你们两个很棒，
They've come so far.
加油！
Oh, they really presented a united front in a sense. These two will just never fully get along, I don't think.
案子都结了，陆队还有何指教？
就是因为案子结了，过来给你打个招呼吧。
Oh goodness.
明明就是一片好心，来的时候那么严肃，搞得我也不知道是敌是友。
那也不是第一回了，你习惯习惯不就行了？怎么样？
He's still trying to
这下打来了，
poach Shinji, by the way.
走了，走了就别再来了。
Fat chance.
放心，不再来了，我等你来找我。
Oh goodness. That was good. But I just realized we're like probably halfway through the episode, so they're still gonna stick us with the
案子顺利结束了吗？
thing.
来，趁热。
We don't see this often.
和恶意的种子，一旦种到他心里，他也许就很难再相信任何人。
It's not impossible, but I understand what you say.
要是雷队知道事情变成这样，他一定会很伤心。
As much as I appreciate Du Cheng's gesture, it is not a police officer's job to take personal responsibility for every single person they once helped.
如果雷队知道自己当年拯救的小混混变成了一名出色的刑警队长，并且接了他的班，会不会就没那么伤心？
He's complimenting
你说谁是小混
you.
混？我这叫青春叛逆期，你没有吗？
Completely misses the compliment.
那我还没起名呢，你想一个。
Guys, I can't deal.
改变我人生的人。
The way that Shinji just gifts Du Cheng things, I don't know why I'm such a sucker for it.
确实是改变了我人生的人。
Are we talking about the same person here, or are you talking about Du Cheng? Oh no. Oh no. Oh damn. What the hell? Oh my goodness. Poor women, damn.
受害人信息调查出来了吗？
本地的一名女大学生，叫郭媛，20岁。
现在情况怎么样？
经过抢救，人已经醒了。
Okay. Interesting.
一切发生的太快了，他的头。
And he seems to be wearing a mask.
他就过来打我。他们都说那条路，只要进去了，就出不来。
Interesting.
对，是鬼，是鬼袭击的我，不是人。
I don't think spirits would feel the need to wear something so that their faces can't be recognized. It's sad because on the one hand, it is that thing of like taking some personal responsibility for not unnecessarily putting yourself in dangerous situations, but at the same time, it's not her fault that she was attacked, regardless of what path she walked on.
你再好好想想，尽可能的回忆一下，还有没有更多细节？
I mean, I wouldn't blame her if she didn't want to think about it, but
有点磨损，有很多断断续续的地方。
So it might not be a brand mark, it might be patchwork.
你看到这个 logo 的手套，还有哪些不同的角度？我可以试着还原出来。
Damn.
怎么样？
Sorry, this is random. That for a moment it looked like the same street where they had that one apartment, or like it was the episode in season 1 where I think it was the colorblind arc of season 1. I don't know why that just popped into my head, because probably a lot of the different streets look similar.
不是那个驼背罗锅女吗？你认识她？不认识。
No.
好久没见她。
Okay, I mean to be fair,
那不干了吧？
if he
你找她有什么事儿？
saw her and that was it, then maybe he doesn't know her just because he knows of her.
我们家里人真的很担心她，找了很久都没有找到，求求您告诉我。
行吧，我帮你群里找一下。
哎，还有群，
演的。
有了。那是在开放街啊，在那个老片区啊，那边有个化工厂，那边出过事儿，我们都不去。
Why is this so like legit?
就这些了，
谢谢，
谢谢，
谢谢您。
This is so funny. Because it's so accurate. Everyone has a phone these days.
我根据郭源描述凶手佩戴的手套，还原出了上面的商标，是宏达化工厂的劳保手套。
哦，
宏达化工厂。
They mentioned the woman having a kid and a husband, and I'm wondering if there's some kind of trauma link there, like the person assaulting random woman who walked down the street where his partner or mother went missing. It's such an odd thing. Okay, so that is the end of the episode, and I have to say I'm so glad that Chief Lei was cleared, and that they were basically like he did everything within his means that was available to him at that time. So yeah, that was great. I like the little moments between Xinyi and Du Cheng that we got, and also like Detective Lu still trying to poach Xinyi, and Xinyi just being like, no, I'm good, thank you. I do not see the same level of chemistry with you as I do with Du Cheng. We're good. Obviously, that is me paraphrasing, but I don't feel like it was by much, okay? There's just this way that Xinyi looks at Du Cheng sometimes where, especially when he gave Du Cheng that portrait, it seemed like he cared so much about how Du Cheng was receiving the portrait that he gave him, and the fact that Du Cheng was like the person who changed my life. And as much as I agree that in a sense Chief Lei did change Shinyi's life. Like, his death was what brought Shinyi into this line of work. It was a complete change in his worldview, almost. I can't help but feel like Du Cheng was also a big part of that reason for change, because of all the things that Du Cheng said to him during their initial meeting. I think that had a big impact on Shinyi, and it shaped a lot of who he is now. It was a very interesting case, and it's just really tragic at the same time, seeing what she felt she had to do in order to protect other girls and women from going through what she went through. And I do wonder if there was also just a little bit of commentary about how, even though we've come so far with the advancements of technology and trying to make sure that our laws can protect people as much as possible, there will always be loopholes for people to exploit. I'm actually really excited for this one because it does feel a little bit like we're getting into the next arc of the story. I don't know why. Just something about the way that the previous case closed out and the opening of this new case, it feels a little bit different. I hope we don't find a bunch of female corpses here. No. What are we about to find there?
这锁我没见过呀，能打开吗？
我试试啊。
Otherwise, you guys are gonna need to get a you got a lock pick.
老婆。
Damn! He did that so effectively. That was kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie.
程队，这味道不像是暗器。
Smells like dead bodies. Oh. The horror of like a feeling in your gut that you know what might be down there, and having to like go in there knowing that you might find something terrible. I hope it's not. Just a lot of bodies. Oh, that's so much more horrifying than I was expecting. I mean, I would say I hope not, but...
根据法医生物痕迹的比对，我们确认了6名死者的身份。
Oh.
应该是被人捆住了手脚，然后溺水身亡。
赵元庆
，It's horrible.
死因为外力窒息致死，推测是被人从背后用麻绳勒住了脖子。
So many
周国
different
阳，42 岁
methods of，
房产中
murder.
介，1年半前失踪。
死因是被外力窒息致死。我们在尸检的时候发现他。
Connection in terms of physicality or demographic.
右手四指脱臼。
Damn, I
目前的
didn't
情
even
况
think
就
you
是这
could
样的。
dislocate fingers. Makes sense, but huh.
蒋峰，你去排查一下第1名死者冯小文生前的社会关系以及最后的行动
I
轨迹。
mean, that's all you can really do.
郭
is
源案件的有关
try
物
and find out
质与化工厂存在
as
关
much about
联，
each
不
of
排除
them
是这起系列杀人案
try
的
and
延
connect
续
the。dots.
但正是这种案子，才能体现我们克难攻坚的尖刀作用。干活了。
And I hope there's someone that is gonna make sure that his attempted previous victim is kept safe and alive and that he doesn't go back for her. I'm assuming he, just because of the physical force and height, but who knows? This feels weirdly similar to the statues that we saw from the girl who burnt the 19 victims. That person's position is very interesting.
当年啊，南沙市派人来让我们协查，我们恢复了一些图片，发现冯小文啊来过北疆演出，就在宏大化工厂。
Okay.
冯小文的女儿吴年军从南沙赶过来了。
I wonder if it's possible that anyone who was even tangentially related to the chemical plant was made a target because someone lost a loved one due to the chemical plant or something like that.
我妈来北疆，就是为了找葛雨天，是葛雨天把我妈害死。
Okay, who's Ge Tian? Is it her ex? Oh, this is happening in real time. It's not. Don't just assume he's badly intentioned, please.
干嘛你们？
北疆分局刑侦大队的有一起案件需要你配合我们调查。
谢谢。
I don't know how to read that. On the one hand, I want to be suspicious. On the other hand,
你之前在宏大化工厂
just ambiguous enough that I'm not sure.
我为了不让他妈为难，我就主动断了联系。
Interesting, and yet she happened to come to Beijing and have a performance at your plant.
她是我干妈。
Come again?
我们查到，
但是到最后她是在我同事那儿买的，跟我没关系。
在这份保单的受益人一栏，
具体情况我也不太清楚，可能是因为赌气，就填了我的名字。但是当时我就拒绝了。
We're still talking about the woman whose photo they showed him, right? The one that the daughter thought was being scammed by him. Godmother? She didn't. She looked like she'd be his age.
他就失踪了，到现在都没改过来。
Maybe there was a mistranslation.
是我干妈有消息了吗？
他女儿说，你是为了骗保才杀了她的。
Okay, he's either a really good. The character is either a really good actor, or he's innocent.
我仔细观察了下那几具尸体的摆放，各有形态，好像有某种仪式感。所以我觉得冯小文的死，要不我跟他聊聊。
行。
Okay.
但我最喜欢的还是这一出，《霸王别姬》里的虞姬。
That one's a really famous playwright, as far as I understand it. I'm curious though, because is the ritual actually a depiction of a stage play?
谁爱看？
Yeah, I have to say, it is quite surprising. I wasn't expecting there to be any kind of performance at it. I mean, I'm trying to think he's not the guilty party in this, but it would make sense if there was someone else who was enraptured by her during this performance who also loved to perform. Damn, that must suck.
其实我也看过。本来我想走的，但又感觉这样有些不尊重，就很纠结。就把我留下来。
That was actually quite smart of her.
台下就一个人，他居然能坚持把戏唱完了。
That's sad and beautiful at the same time.
戏散场之后呢？
谢谢哈。
So he was very charmed by her, it seems.
这个戏曲的这个是越来越难。
不仅如此，
As with
我还发现了一个变化，
most arts.
只有你才可以拍出冯小文真正的美。
He's quite hard to read.
这照片
On
都
the
是
one hand, he seems so sad.
所以在那之后，这张她卸了妆，笑得跟个小姑娘似的。
That's a beautiful photo. It's interesting because I can't decide if he was enchanted.
大半夜的装神弄鬼，没事吧？神经病。
Random. Or if he was in love with her.
你3、4天浇一次水，养得好的话，每个月都会开花的。给。
谢谢啊。
Was this the last time he saw her? The poor flowers.
你送的月月红是这张吗？
每次演出完我都会送一束。我听不懂你在说什么。
不懂？那我来告诉你，你在等待什么？
Oh goodness.
你无非是把冯小文当成一个冤大头，你在骗他的钱。
不是的，不是这样的。
怎么不是？
你认识？
I don't know if I believe, like, I think Shinji is trying to get a reaction out of him.
是他的手，是你这样的人杀了他，是你们的偏见把他逼死的，是你们把我逼死的。
我们？你从什么时候开始跟他不分你我的？
What's this music? My goodness. No, it can't end here.
左小腿骨和左小臂骨折，右手4指脱臼。
Did she fall from somewhere?
这儿有明显的陈旧性血迹和划痕。
Yes, that's intense. That's a lot of.
冯小文有可能是，然后你发现了这个逃生梯，你想通过这个梯子爬到窗户逃出去。
And then you fall back down. You better be able to catch her if she falls. Please don't injure yourself in the process. Okay, I'm glad he was prepared for that.
你没事吧？
没事。
That's probably something similar to what happened to her. So did someone trap her here?
也要查清究竟是什么原因
And why she was
导
trapped
致她
here?
被困死在这里。
Because then if we can find that out, we might suddenly see a link to all the people who died surrounding, who was there as well. Okay, this is a very interesting episode. I wasn't expecting us to deal with something similar to like the obsession of a fan. I could see him maybe actually discovering how she died after he was initially contacted by the police, and so collecting victims to surround her who he feels might have been partly responsible for her death in some way. We haven't yet discovered anything about the initial victim who kind of brought the case to light, so I do wonder what her role in this is, and I feel like if they ask her the correct questions, maybe they'll be able to uncover the connection with the other people more quickly. 大家好, hi guys, it's Sinead and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm reacting to episode 19 of Under the Skin. We only have 9 episodes left after this, basically one video. I can't believe it. I'm kind of shocked that I've been able to do this. but I don't think it's something I'm going to be able to repeat. So I hope you guys are still enjoying it. I'm really keen to see where this episode goes. There's something very unsettling about this case for me, so I hope you guys will enjoy it, and without further ado, let's get into it. Just casually sleeping in Do Chung's office as you do. Damn, that man's arms,
昨天晚上没睡好。
没事。
和葛雨天聊得怎么样？
我觉得葛雨天和冯小文之间的关系，并不是那么简单。
冯小文是葛雨天的干妈吗？
他们很可能是男女之情。
It's very weird to think of calling someone you as a partner
是他们相遇的地方。
your godmother just because you think the world can't accept you guys being a couple, presumably.
而且冯小文的最后一通电话，就是打给葛雨天的。但他没有接。
So maybe he feels guilty about it.
我啊，当时在搬东西，要不是我反应快，差点命就没了。
你们当时在现场，
Could the place where she ended up being trapped have been their secret meeting spots, and she got trapped there by accident?
我记得当时他手有一股子劲儿了，就跟疯了似的。
Interesting.
已经查明，火灾那天葛雨天不在现场，而且他也不可能知道冯小文当时会出现在那里。
So how is all of it fitting together?
你一定是去找葛雨天。
So maybe she was looking for him and ended up dead in the process. And then when he heard about her disappearance, he went looking for her and he discovered her there. And then everything else happened, like all the other murders took place out of a sense of guilt and responsibility.
手机尾号
1005。
You really need to stop just climbing into cars with potential murderers.
你们俩的感情一定很难吧？
I guess it does make sense. Most people would assume that someone who is very famous is being taken advantage of, which is a sad.
啊，合着我一个丧偶的女人，我谈个恋爱就是生活作风问题啊？
也得要看对象，这相差这么多岁的差距，这说清了。
我知道。
Don't you feel at least a little bit ashamed?
我买保险，受益人不该是伴侣吗
？It's so sad. I really hope he didn't do anything to her.
刚才团长说那些话，我
They actually seem like a really cute couple.
我买这份保险其实也算是给我们两个人未来的。
Interesting way.
你知道为什么人越大胆越大吗？因为可能是他失去的东西越来越少了吧。
I mean, I was thinking it when the guy was like, "Oh, you've been cautious your entire life." I'm like, so you want her to never be allowed to take risks?
那后来呢？后来为什么分开了？
Oh.
你坐这儿，我给你倒点水喝。
我来吧，我来。
我来。
一样。
我来吧。
我来，一样。
你坐。
妈，我跟你说，现在外面扮猪吃老虎的骗子可多了。
This is very frustrating because on the one hand, I have sympathy for the daughter being scared that her mom is being scammed. On the other hand, I'm like, really? You think it's appropriate to say it in front of him? What do you hope to accomplish by saying it in front of him? If he's a genuine scammer, he doesn't have a sense of guilt. He's not gonna back down just because you've hinted that you know that he's a scammer. And if what you're saying is true, your mom is and your mom is probably gonna just shut down completely because you're confronting her in front of the person that she clearly cares about. And instead of trying to be at all tactful about it in any way, shape or form.
你没事吧？
I really don't agree with her approach.
哦，对了，这位是您新收的徒弟吗？
That sounds very holier than thou as well. It's like she's crossing the boundary from, oh, I'm just worried about my mom being scammed, to oh, how dare someone like him interact with us. You know, it's kind of, you know, that vibe, and it's not nice.
原来是干儿子呀，那我怎么称呼？哥哥。
Wow. Okay, this daughter is really losing my sympathy real quick.
祝你们新婚大喜，百年好合，百年好合。
Yeah, I'm totally gonna demean you and be completely rude to you, but I'll still accept the gift that you're giving me because I'm not too good for that. I love how the daughter as well was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna get married, so you're gonna be alone unless you get someone, but I'm gonna chase away the one person that makes you happy because of my own preconceived notions.
跑到北疆来找你，他最终还是选择了。
I don't know if that, on the one hand, yeah, maybe that's nice to hear. On the other hand, that would just make me more sad that I wasn't there for her. And the thing is, I don't want him to be a murderer because he actually seems quite nice.
你要是走了，我们就断绝母女关系。
You really can't let your mom be happy. This is so tragic, my word.
想要救。
Oh, the amount of guilt I would be living with for the rest of my life. So she fell down there, and that's where the initial injuries came from? Or did she climb down there? Oh, that's horrible. And it would have been a slow death as well, but it just makes it so much worse. Oh.
原来害死他的人是我，但是我害死的。
I mean, that's essentially what you just told this man, yeah. Shani? That gaze concerns me.
查清楚了，是碳酸钙和硫酸钙，可能是石膏、大理石或者是粉笔墨。
凶手的职业，绘培跟雕塑、装修。
我想去现场看看。
程队，周国良妻子到了。
别乱来。
Is it possible it's the troop master?
别乱来。
Fair.
不过那都是一些小事啊，那不至于就杀人吧？
Okay, but just tell us so we can determine it for ourselves. Because what I was wondering is if the chalk wasn't somehow to do with the makeup that they used, like the mention of chalk wasn't somehow to do with the makeup that was used in the troop, but then like real estate agents also you might get in contact with as a troop because you need to book places. No, that doesn't make sense. I was about to say book places to do the performance, but I don't think real estate agents really deal with that. Please tell me you did not come to this place on your own. Okay. Of course you did, because I'm not stressed enough as is. You could not pay me to lie on the floor where a corpse lay. I feel like I'd be too paranoid. Especially not when we don't know if the murderer is still out there, which they probably are. So all of them were kneeling. The one that was kneeling at the front was simply the only one that stayed upright? Probably not. Okay, but this is starting to look more and more like a ritual.
你们站在我身后干什么？
This is so unnerving! No. Please tell me that he's not about to be locked in and that he simply is trying to see the situation from a higher vantage point. Okay. Do I want to know?
这是一个舞台。
Okay, but whose stage?
是碳酸，推测是由捂住他口鼻的凶器上转移进入呼吸道的。
白灰。
Oh, okay, that's definitely building material generally.
处决。
Okay, now you need to like get to Duchang before someone injures you. The fact that they used Sunye as the doubles for the people is really grim. Hold on.
你是这个舞台的主角，冯小文，你是这个舞台的主角。
I feel like that leads to it either being the troop master or the daughter.
说我老婆啊，肯定勾搭别的男人。当时我没忍住，我们就打起来了。
How long ago was that?
警察同志，他怎么了？他死。
Because I thought maybe he had the fight while he was drunk, was heading home, and then was attacked.
说跟雨天约他见面。走。
The amount of stress I'm feeling right now. I need to see Sunyi safe and sound back at the bureau. Is he about to abdicate the insurance policy? I don't know what else it could potentially be.
这个赠与协议，你看看没什么问题的话，也把字签了吧。
Because you think he murdered your mother and that he was only after money, so.
我也想要跟他说过那么狠的话，我就睡不着。
Oh, that's horrible.
我一直以为我是为了他好。
Like that. Oh, that hit very hard. Because I didn't think about the fact that her last time with her mother was essentially a fight. Like that's legit one of my worst fears in life.
我拿钱没什么用，我的生活也不会好。
I mean, if you feel that way, then you can always donate it.
沈老师。
如果把这个白色粉末用在戏曲里。
Oh, for slipping. Oh.
没错，我们来假设。
Okay, because he said lime, and generally the only time I know of lime being used is when, like, for ballet shoes to make sure that you don't slip on the stage. But I guess the makeup guess was right.
但郭源是女的，怎么会是武生？
这也是我一直没有想明白的问题。
Do we know what her profession is?
Huh?
Yeah. Remember the Phoenix one they mentioned? Or is it the Farewell My Eternal Concubine? Because that is also... Okay, yeah.
我爸是票友，小时候经常带我看这出戏。我确定。
I mean, that tracks considering all the other activities that we've learned about him having done in his youth. Okay.
公务员是赵云，这么对，陈老师，对不对？
You are. But the question is, who's the jealous person who was in love?
刘备呢？刘备也是这出戏的导演。
No. That's really sad. It makes sense if he wanted to make her dream come true of like playing and play forever, but I would have preferred if it had been the random troop master.
郭源昨天出院，但出院之后人就消失不见了，
Oh,
到现在
great.
还没有回学校。他同学觉得不对劲，所以就报了警。
督察，我知道你想干什么，别担心，我们会救下郭源。等我消息。
Please don't go with. Oh. Look, I know you're prone to climbing on your bike and going to the nearest place where you can be in danger, but please, just this once, don't. What? How did that episode go by so fast? Damn it, and I was hoping we would wrap up this case by the end of this episode, at least to some extent, so that I wouldn't be left on another cliffhanger. Damn it. Okay, that was sad and fantastic at the same time. It sucks though that that poor daughter just handed her mother's money over to a murderer. And I don't think her mother would have been okay with what he's doing. And it's interesting because I don't think he was putting on an act. I just think they weren't prodding at the right wounds. They were asking him a lot about her, and I think his feelings toward her is very sincere, but they didn't prod close enough to, with regards to the other victims, to see him expose himself in that way. I really would have preferred if he had had nothing to do with it, because I really liked her and his dynamic, and it's just sad to think that genuine care for someone can turn into something so monstrous. Yeah, I'm quite disappointed that he ended up being the murderer, but still fantastic episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Let me know what you thought, and otherwise I'll see you in the next one. Zaijian.